Hey teachers, here today to show you how you can attach a digital rubric called a Goobric to your student work and do all of your assessment digitally if you use Google Classroom. So the first step that you're going to want to do for this process is to go into your Google Classroom and you're going to want to give your students an assignment. You can't do this by giving an announcement, it has to be an assignment, so you'd click assignment. And the one thing that's important to note after you fill out all this information is just to make sure that whatever you give your students, I'm just going to attach you see how it puts the Google Doc that I want to assign kids. You want to make sure that you change this option here to make a copy for each student. That's kind of like your digital photocopier. It's going to actually give every student their own template. So I have already assigned an assignment to my fake class here called Reader's Notebook. I've made this notebook template and I have set it up so each student will get a copy. The next step that you're going to want to make sure before starting this process is that your students are actually going to have to go into the assignment and they're going to have to open it up. Just assigning it and then attaching the Goobric won't work. The kids will actually have to open it because the file doesn't actually get created until students go into Google Classroom and click on the class and open the assignment. So let's assume that you've assigned it. You've then had all of your students open it up in class, they've started to work on it, and now you want to connect that work to a digital rubric so that you can assess it when they turn it in. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the Chrome Web Store. You can just Google Chrome Web Store, or I think it's chrome.google.com, /web store is the URL of that. And this is where you can get like add-ons and different extensions. And you're just going to want to search Goobric and hit enter. And you're going to want to install the Goobric web app launcher, which is the extension that will let you run Goobric. You can see I already have it installed here, so you should have a blue button that says get or something like that. So click that button and it will work. Once you install the Goobric, you're going to have to authorize it and make sure you're signed into the correct account and go through all of those steps. You'll know that Goobric is successfully installed because when you go to a Google Doc or you go to anything that's running Google, you'll have a little eyeball thing up here in the corner. See, it goes away when I'm not in a Google Doc, but when I open a Google app, the eyeball pops up here. Okay, so now that you've installed, you've assigned your assignment to students, students have opened it, you've installed Goobric, the next step is to go to your Google Drive, and you're going to want to create a spreadsheet for the assignment. So here I am in my Drive, I'll click New, I'll click Google Sheets, and I have a spreadsheet for my assignment now. It's automatically going to be called Untitled, but I can change that name and call it the name of my assignment. So let's call this Test Assignment. I've done this a few times, so I'll call it 3 just in case it doesn't save over the other ones. All right. So now what you're going to want to do is inside this spreadsheet, you're going to want to install an add-on called Doctopus. So if I click on add-ons and I click on get add-ons, when the add-ons pop up, you're going to want to type in Doctopus. That's usually in the little pictures here because it's a popular one. But once you type in Doctopus and hit enter, it will find Doctopus, and again you will want to click the blue button that says free or add or whatever it says to install it and just follow those installation steps. Once you have Doctopus installed, you again go back to add-ons, you click on Doctopus and you click launch. And Doctopus will kind of launch over to the side here. So here we have Doctopus launched. You're on step 1, select a roster. There's no need to create or manage rosters at all because you have it all through Google Classroom, which is why this is so easy. You just select roster, and instead of selecting one or creating one, you choose this option, Ingest Google CR Assignment. When you pick that, it's going to search your drive and find all of your Google Classroom classes. So here are my 3 Google Classroom classes, and I can click on Test Class. And then inside of Test Class, it's going to look through the class and find all of the assignments I've given students. And here's the one that I assigned my students. Now, I only have one student in my class, it's a test kid, and I made sure that that account opened up the document. So you see I have none turned in, but there is one assignment there. So that's the clue that the kids opened it up the right way. So now I'm going to click this blue button, Ingest Assignment. So what it's going to do is it's going to scan your drive, it's going to find all the kids and populate this spreadsheet with all the information from Google Classroom. First name, last name, email, and the file name of the files, and then also a link to that file. So you can open up this spreadsheet and go right in and click on these links and go directly to the student's work, which is pretty cool. Now, the last step is to click Attach Goobric. So I'm going to attach a Goobric. Now, a Goobric, as that's loading up here, a Goobric is just another spreadsheet. So you would have had to click on New Spreadsheet and create a new spreadsheet for your Goobric. I'm going to open this one up so you can see how it's formatted. It's really pretty simple. So here is my Goobric, and you see that I have point values across the top. I have categories across the side, and inside here, where it just says this gibberish, is where I would give my description of what each one of those things look like. The only thing you need to do is make sure you leave cell A1 blank. All right, so now I'm back into my Goobric, so it's going to say where I want to attach Goobric. I can pull up my recent ones, which is the one that's here, or if it's not there, I can go to My Drive. I can click to select a spreadsheet from my drive. It's going to pull up all the spreadsheets in my drive, and if it's not here, I can just type in the name of the Goobric, so test Goobric, click it, and it's going to load this in here. I click Attach Rubric, and just like that, I'm going to have a rubric attached to all of my students' assignments. All right, so now let's show you how it works. So if I wanted to grade this student, I have the Goobric attached. I just can click on their work to load it up. And as I mentioned before, the little eyeball-y thing will be up here. I can click this eyeball to launch the Goobric. Okay, so here we have Goobric loaded. Let's show you how it works. So you see I have the student's work right down here, and I can do all of my Google commenting right from here, as I always could. Hopefully I leave a better comment than that, but you get the point. So I can put in-document comments into student work just by using the comment feature in Google Docs. But then up here at the same time I have my rubric, and I can click on any of these boxes. So I can give the conclusion a 2, I can give the intro a 5, I can give the body a 1, whatever the score might be. Now over here on the side I can leave a general comment that will go along with the rubric, and I can type in as much as I want into this box. I also have the option to email a score to them or not, so I can uncheck it to not send an email. But that's a pretty cool feature, so I usually leave it checked off. And then I can click the blue submit button, and what's going to happen is it's going to send this student an email. It's also going to take the rubric and embed it right into the document so the student can see exactly what their scores are. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Hopefully that quick and easy way to attach and use a digital rubric will help you out.